Hey guys, Ethan here, Single Creek Whitetails. Today I'm going to give a little bit of an update on the Sugar Shack. We've been pretty busy working on it. I've taken off work several days this past week. Hopefully I can at least get the roof on and get it in operation this coming week. And the goal is to be cooking this weekend, but it's going to be all I can do to get it done. It's perhaps not totally realistic, but it is a goal, and anytime you have a farm or anything, you have to set goals and try to achieve them. Otherwise, you pretty well get stagnant, and you really don't get motivated, and you don't go very far. So it's good to set goals and try to achieve them. If you don't achieve them, then you can learn by that and try better next time. But today we're going to give a little update on the Sugar Shack. We've got some 4x6 rafters to stick up yet, and then we've got the cupola to put up. I've got rafters to put on it. They're going on here in the next little bit, and hopefully I get that set tonight. And if I can do that, I'll get it roofed this coming week. But I'm going to give you a little tour of what we have got so far and give you the rundown. So here we are. This is what it looks like currently. We've got most of the boxing on. I was kind of waiting on the sides to get the rest of the rafters set. I am having to fit the boxing up around the rafters to make a nice fit. Now that boxing does go all the way to the roof, and the reason for that is for birds and critters to prevent them from coming in and out at will. Otherwise they would just make a disaster. So anyway, here is the front door. Eventually we're going to have a porch on the front of the building. Let's say you have visitors or whatnot, or you're selling maple syrup. Or in this case, I'll be hopefully selling maple syrup, honey, and sorghum if everything pans out as planned. So hopefully this porch will be useful. I'll have a bench or something set out here for somebody to rest on or whatever. But this is the inside. I've got two 4x6 beams suspending across the width of the building to keep the walls from bowing out from the weight of the roof. The cupola will be going right in the center. And in the process of putting this up, I actually decided, originally I decided I was just going to put a loft in right here on this side of the Sugar Shack, from that beam to the wall. And then after that, I decided I was going to put a loft in both sides for storage, because obviously you need the maximum amount of storage you can get, especially for an operation like this. Now in this case, I've got a 2x4 XL WF Mason evaporator. It's going to sit right there in that corner. I'll have a porch on the back side for firewood, and then off to the right of that, around this corner behind the evaporator, I will have my 300-gallon milk tank set up, and it's going to be elevated above my warming tank on the back of my evaporator. It just makes things more efficient if you can warm your sap up, or run it through an RO, reverse osmosis system, and then warm your sap up, and that's even much more efficient. And that's perhaps the goal for next year. But this year we upgraded the Sugar Shack. We have drastically upgraded our filtering system. We are actually almost done with a vacuum filter, and we will hopefully be using your normal Orline filters and a pre-filter, and perhaps some diatomaceous earth food grade. And what that does, it creates a cake on top of your filter, and it just prolongs the life of your filter. As many of you know, the filters do not last long if you filter it by hand like everybody usually starts out doing, and you spend hours and hours trying to filter your syrup and you get nowhere, it seems. So I will post about that vacuum filter here very soon. Hopefully after I get this done, get to cooking and things settle down a bit, I will do a video over it, what it looks like and how it works. But anyway, sorry it's so shaky. I'm by no means a professional videographer. But I'll step around the corner here. And this is what I've got here on the back side. I'll probably put a continuous porch all the way across the back side of this. I feel like that if I did that, I can hopefully stick some of my sap tank under the porch, and then obviously not all of it will be, so I'll have to do something there. And then my porch for the firewood will probably be about 5 or 6 foot out away from the building. Obviously with that you have a little bit more manhandling, but I don't mind that. I typically enjoy working with my hands and working by myself. I enjoy that as well. It's peaceful. It's easy to not argue when there's nobody to argue with. So that is nice. But anyway, that barn right here was built in 1955. And here in the next few years, part of it's pretty dilapidated. So here in the next few years, I would guess that it will no longer be here. And this sugar shack, is built to where I can expand. But anyway, enough for today. Hopefully you see something you like. If you don't like something, by all means, feel free to comment below. Perhaps we can both learn from a mistake that you see that I made, and if you see something that you like that I did, perhaps you can learn and hopefully incorporate that into your sugar shack. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment. But please stay tuned. I appreciate the subscribers. I don't make anything off of the YouTube videos, but that is everyone's goal, or at least hope. But hopefully somebody learned something. Now, what I did here, I started with steel corner post, and that's 3/8 thick material here. 3 7/8 across the diameter. And what I did here, that transition really killed a lot of time. But what I'm going to do, and I've started it right there, I am actually going to wrap that and make it look like a wood post. Now, it won't look exactly like a wood post, obviously, because it's wrapped, but it will look better than what you see in that corner right there. But anyway, please stay tuned. I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll have some more updates here in the next few days.